This individual, prior to his 18 years as a superintendent, was a colonel in the Marines. Okay. This ties in directly with Q, by the way. This is a Q drop context piece of the puzzle that's been missing that I don't think anybody understands, and I didn't know it until this person shared it with me, and then the light bulbs all went on for why and who I've been encountering over the last few months. So, the individual who was a superintendent and previously was a Marine colonel, confirmed to my source in a conversation that he had been recalled by the U.S. government. He had been recalled back to duty, even in this, after 20 years of being out, okay? He'd been pulled back in. Does anybody remember the conversation that took place when they said that Mueller was being interviewed for the FBI job the day before he was appointed lead investigator? You guys remember that? So, this is so much deeper than what most Americans understand. Even, I'm going to be frank, it's deeper than what I actually previously understood. Based on what my sources told me and what information I was given, Robert Mueller, former Marine Robert Mueller, was he Marines or Army? I believe he was a Marine. Someone want to clarify that for me? Yeah, the chat keeps going out. I see that. They're cleaning up the deep state, and here's how they're doing it. They're recalling military, former military, old school military, guys that left that were still somebody. Okay, so Mueller was a Marine. I believe, based on this source, that Robert Mueller was recalled to duty. I believe that this is the objective. They are recalling former military men of honor and rank for this operation that is currently underway. To deny that there is an operation underway is sheer ignorance. 18,500 sealed indictments since October 30th, and you're going to pretend there's not an operation underway is ignorance. I believe that the conversation Robert Mueller had with President Trump the day before being appointed special prosecutor was not an interview. It was duty. He's a Marine. Who is President Trump's chief of staff? You know, who's the head down there? Who's he surrounded himself with? They took out my chat, so I'm having to look down at my computer to read your guys' comments. Let's get to the point. You trying to catch a block? That is the point. Mueller's not deep state. Mueller's an active duty Marine working as the special prosecutor to exonerate your president so that when they drop the hammer on the deep state and 18,500 sealed indictments come out, you don't have a bunch of leftists screaming that he's the next Hitler. Wake up. You're in a spy movie. I believe Robert Mueller is quietly active duty. There's your context. There's your context for everything that's happening. And now I've got active and formerly retired military personnel reaching out to me that are way up, reaching out to me, wanting to have conversations. My source, I wouldn't have got on here today and shared this with you guys today if my source wasn't super legit. These are no longer internet, hey, dropping intel on you. This is like dialogues, conversations, talking in person. Like, this is information. I'm looking them in the eye. I can Google their names and clear and vet the sources. I'm telling you, I believe that this man who was recalled and former Marine colonel, who's now working by the way, when I said he was recalled, this man who's a superintendent, I think he was a superintendent. I could be wrong. I may be misquoting what his job was. But this man who is working and was recalled into the Marines is answering directly to the President of the United States. And I also have a very strong idea of who Q is, by the way, which that doesn't need to ever be made public, at least until it's supposed to, but I have a very strong idea of who it is. Many of my team have met one of my sources and vetted him. That is not airy-fairy. They've talked to him, they've seen him, they've hugged him, shook his hand. That's just one. But I'm just telling you right now, it's kabuki theater. Bill Mitchell, Your Voice America, nailed this last summer. This is deeper than you realize. It is much more global than you realize, the implications of which. It is absolutely an active battle day in and day out right now, information-wise. It's for the optics is the real battle. Deep state optics. There is division within your movement, and I call it your movement because it is yours. There is division, and it is not organic division. It is not personal division. It is absolutely deliberate division. It is on purpose. They want you disenfranchised. They want you divided. They want you fearful. Fearful people make stupid decisions, say stupid things, and hurt people that actually are there to help them. That's what fearful people do. That's why scared dogs bite their owners and stuff. Like, fear is a plague, and that's the control apparatus. That is why you have division. It is not accidental or organic, like I said. It's planted. It is planted. But what I'm telling you is this Mueller investigation has been one of the most well-orchestrated military ops, I believe, in history, in combination with what else we've got going on behind the scenes. The purge is 100% real. What is up with Mueller wanting more info? Who cares? Did you even see the context of it? Even your most leftist media who's breaking down the news on that knows it's really, it could be absolutely nothing. He's there to investigate everything. And if you really want to see a deep state cleanup, you want to see the swamp drained in its entirety, the only way you can do that without dividing the country like overnight and civil war busting out in the streets, you have to have a character who's investigating President Trump completely, thoroughly, most nonpartisan digging. You have to have that exoneration ahead of time. You have to.